Selamat datang kepada Profesor Irawan Satriotomo, MD, PhD.
Welcome for Professor Irawan Satriotomo, MD, PhD.
Selamat datang juga kami ucapkan kepada Profesor Dr. Nia Kania, spesialis patologi anatomi konsultan.
Welcome for Professor Dr. Nia Kania, Anatomic Pathology Consultant.
Selamat datang kami ucapkan kepada Profesor Irawan Satriotomo, MD, PhD.
Welcome for Professor Irawan Satriotomo, MD, PhD, our keynote speaker today.
Selamat datang kami ucapkan kepada Dr. Edison MKes.
Welcome for Miss Dr. Edison MKes to the HeSiCon International Conference.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam, Dr. Edison. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning.
Okay, tidak prepare.
Selamat datang kami ucapkan kepada Profesor Dr. Aryunanto, spesialis anak konsultan.
Welcome for Professor Dr. Aryunanto, Dr. Pediatrics Consultant.
Okay, thank you. Good morning. Assalamualaikum, Prof. Kania. Selamat pagi.
Selamat pagi, Prof. Ari.
Kita prepare dulu ya. Izin prepare dulu. Terima kasih semuanya. Selamat pagi.
Selamat datang kami ucapkan kepada Profesor Dr. Jairinur, spesialis ortopedi dan traumatologi konsultan MM.
Welcome for Professor Dr. Zairi Nur, Orthopedics and Traumatology Consultant MM.
Oke. Udah dimulai gitu.
Ladies and gentlemen, the opening ceremony of the first HeSiCon International Conference's COVID-19 Natural Resource and Biomolecular Aspect is going to start in 5 minutes. Please be prepared. Ladies and gentlemen, let me inform you the rule of conference of the first HeSiCon International Conferences COVID-19 Natural Resource and Biomolecular Aspect. The maximum capacity of Zoom is 300 participants. If the number of participants exceeds the capacity or the connection is in trouble, you are able to join the conference activities via the YouTube channel. On the first day, all participants use the provision of the name, full name, dash, HeSiCon, dash, room 1 or 2. Fill in according to the room you want to enter during the invited speaker session. Participants are expected to wear neat and polite clothes during the conference and follow the activities in a proper position. No replacement, no disturbing voice. Participants are expected to participate in full conference activities. Participants are expected to turn off the audio or in mute mode and can be activated during a discussion session. Participants are expected to be conducive in the chat column. No need to state the present status in the chat. Participants are welcome to fill in attendance and evaluation sheets on the link which will be displayed at the end of the conference. Thank you.
Selamat datang kepada Profesor Dr. Cici Rajiana Sujana Prawira, spesialis anak konsultan MSc PhD.
Welcome for
Terima kasih.
Profesor Dr. Cici Rahyana Sujana Prawira, Pediatrics Consultant MSc PhD, our keynote speakers today.
Thank you. Ya. Sini. Tukeran sama baygon.
Selamat datang kepada Profesor Dr. Insinyur Haji Yudi Firmanul Arifin MSc.
Welcome for Profesor Dr. Insinyur Haji Yudi Firmanul Arifin MSc.
Halo, Assalamualaikum. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Wah, Prof, apa kabar? How are you, Prof?
Baik-baik, Prof. Yudi. Alhamdulillah.
Standby nih, Prof nih.
Siap.
Di mana posisi, Prof?
Di kamar kerja di rumah.
Wah, kalau ya masih di rumah sakit.
Kamar kerja di rumah.
Selamat pagi, Prof. Zairin.
Oh, selamat pagi, Prof. Cici.
Apa kabar, Ibu Nia?
Terima kasih ya, Prof. Ya, terima kasih ya, Prof.
Sama-sama, Prof.
Selamat datang kepada Agianto Eskep Nurse M. Nurse PhD.
Welcome for Mr. Agianto, Escape Nurse M. Nurse PhD.
Belami.
Selamat datang kami ucapkan kepada Dr. Istiana Mkos.
Welcome for Dr. Istiana Enkes.
Assalamualaikum, apakah suara saya bisa didengar dan gambar saya bisa terlihat?
Bisa dong.
Selamat datang kepada Dr. Iwan Aflani, MK Spesialis Forensik SH.
Welcome for Dr. Iwan Aflani, MKes Forensic Specialist SH.
Assalamualaikum, Pak Dekan.
Waalaikumsalam, Pak Wakil Rektor, Pak Prof. Jairin, dan semua sahabat sekalian.
Selamat pagi Pak Iwan, Sisi.
Oke, selamat pagi, Prof. Oke, apa kabar?
Baik, terima kasih sudah diundang.
Alhamdulillah bisa ketemu ya, Prof ya.
Ya, alhamdulillah. Selamat juga untuk Pak Din Iwan.
Terima kasih, Prof. Terima kasih juga dukungan dan doanya.
Sama-sama.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera bagi kita semua. Shalom, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan. Selamat pagi, puji syukur dipanjatkan kepada Tuhan Yang Maha Esa, karena telah melimpahkan berkah serta rahmat-Nya kepada kita semua, sehingga kita dapat berkumpul di acara Seminar Internasional The First HeSiCon COVID-19 Natural Resource and Biomolecular Aspect, Selasa 10 November 2020.
Peace be upon you. Good morning. Prayers are being said to God Almighty for having this HeSiCon International Conference and Biomolecular Aspect, Tuesday, November 10, 2020.
Yang terhormat Rektor Universitas Lambung Mangkurat, Profesor Dr. Haji Sutarto Hadi MSI MSc atau yang mewakili
Dean of the Faculty of Medicine, University of Lambung Mangkurat, Dr. Iwan Aflani, MKes, Forensic Specialist SH.
Yang terhormat Kepala Unit Riset Center Fakultas Kedokteran Universitas Lambung Mangkurat, Profesor Dr. Nia Kania, Spesialis Patologi Anatomi Konsultan.
The Honorable Head of Research Center Unit of the Faculty of Medicine, University of Lambung Mangkurat, Profesor Dr. Nia Kania, Anatomic Pathology Consultant.
Yang terhormat Civitas Akademika Fakultas Kedokteran Universitas Lambung Mangkurat.
The Honorable Academic Community of the Faculty of Medicine, University of Lambung Mangkurat.
Yang terhormat narasumber kita hari ini, Profesor Irawan Satriotomo, MD, PhD.
The Honorable Keynote Speaker and Invited Speaker, Profesor Irawan Satriotomo, MD, PhD, from University of Florida.
Profesor Dr. Cici Reciana Sujana Prawira, Spesialis Anak Konsultan MSc PhD dari Universitas Pajajaran.
Profesor Dr. Cici Rahyana Sujana Prawira, Pediatrics Consultant, MSc PhD from University of Pajajaran.
Profesor Dr. Jairinor, Spesialis Ortopedi dan Traumatologi Konsultan MM dari Universitas Lambung Mangkurat.
Profesor Dr. Zairinur, Orthopedics and Traumatology Consultant, MM, from University of Lambung Mangkurat.
Profesor Dr. Insinyur Haji Yudi Firmanul Arifin, MSc, dari Universitas Lambung Mangkurat.
Profesor Dr. Insinyur Haji Yudi Firmanul Arifin, MSc, from University of Lambung Mangkurat.
Profesor Dr. Ari Yunanto, Spesialis Anak Konsultan, dari Universitas Lambung Mangkurat.
Profesor Dr. Ari Yunanto, Pediatrics Consultant from University of Lambung Mangkurat.
Agianto Eskep, Nurse M.Nurse PhD dari Universitas Lambung Mangkurat.
Agianto Eskep, Nurse M.Nurse PhD from University of Lambung Mangkurat.
Yang terhormat, tamu undangan, presenter, serta peserta seminar internasional yang kami banggakan.
The honorable invited guests, presenters, and participants of the first HeSiCon International Conferences COVID-19 Natural Resource and Biomolecular Aspect.
Selamat datang kami ucapkan di acara Seminar Internasional The First HeSiCon COVID-19 Natural Research and Biomolecular Aspect.
We are delighted to welcome you to the first HeSiCon International Conferences COVID-19 Natural Resource and Biomolecular Aspect.
Seminar Internasional The First HeSiCon COVID-19 Natural Research and Biomolecular Aspect merupakan seminar internasional yang berfokus pada biomedicine, sumber daya alam, biomolekuler, dan bioinformatika yang diselenggarakan oleh Fakultas Kedokteran Universitas Lambung Mangkurat.
The first HeSiCon International Conferences COVID-19 Natural Resource and Biomolecular Aspect is a biomedicine, natural resource, biomolecular, and bioinformatic conference that hosted by Research Center Unit of Faculty of Medicine, University of Lambung Mangkurat.
Konferensi ini memberikan kesempatan besar bagi calon peserta untuk berbagi pengetahuan teoritis terkini, temuan penelitian, dan pengalaman di bidang biomedicine, sumber daya alam, biomolekuler, dan bioinformatika. Karena itu, konferensi ini akan menampilkan presentasi oleh pembicara internasional yang merupakan topik sesi mutakhir.
This conference provides a great opportunity for prospective participants to share their recent theoretical knowledge, research findings, and experience in a biomedicine, natural resource, biomolecular, and bioinformatics. As such, this conference will feature presentation by international speakers, which are cutting-edge session topics.
Izinkan kami sebagai pembawa acara untuk membacakan susunan acara kita pada hari ini. Pertama, pembukaan. Kedua, menyanyikan lagu Indonesia Raya. Ketiga, sambutan. Keempat, penampilan tari tradisional Kalimantan Selatan. Kelima, foto bersama. Keenam, pemaparan materi oleh narasumber. Ketujuh, penutup.
Allow us as a host to read out the schedule for today. Opening, singing the national anthem Indonesia Raya, greetings, so Kalimantan traditional dance performance, photo session, presentation material by speakers, closing.
Hadirin yang berbahagia, untuk memulai acara kita hari ini, marilah kita membaca basmalah.
Ladies and gentlemen, to start our conference today, let us read Basmalah.
Menyanyikan lagu Kebangsaan Indonesia Raya, hadirin diharapkan untuk tetap mematikan suara.
Sing the national anthem Indonesia Raya, the audience is expected to keep muted the sound.
Hadirin yang kami hormati, selanjutnya kita akan mendengarkan sambutan-sambutan yang akan disampaikan oleh Kepala Unit Riset Center Fakultas Kedokteran Universitas Lambung Mangkurat.
Excellencies, participants, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to listen to the opening remarks delivered by Head of Research Center Unit of the Faculty of Medicine, University of Lambung Mangkurat. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Professor Dr. Nia Kania, Anatomic Pathology Consultant.
Yes, thank you very much. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So I sound, you can hear? Okay.
Yes, Prof.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. For this morning, it is a great pleasure for me to welcome you all in the first Health Science International Conference 2020. Which is hosted by our beloved Research Center Unit in Lambung Mangkurat University Faculty of Medicine. I'm Prof. Nia Kania. As a chairman of Research Center Unit, also wish to thank the committee who have organized this wonderful event. And I'm especially honored to welcome the speakers for attending this event. I would like to say that it is our privilege and pleasure to have this great event held. We have the delight to have you with us to participate in the first Health Science International Conference 2002 with this theme COVID-19, Natural Resource and Biomolecular Aspect. Relating to this theme, we presented several speakers as the main speaker delivered material related to the main theme of this seminar this morning. Number one, keynote speaker, first, Professor Irawan Satriotomo, medical doctor PhD. Number two, keynote speaker, Prof. Sisi Rahiana Sujana Prawira, doctor, pediatrician, consultant. And number three, guest speaker, as a Professor Dr. Zairi Nur, doctor, the orthopedic consultant. And the guest speaker next, Professor Dr. Ari Yunanto, as the pediatrician consultant. And next, Mr. Agianto, ESCAP nurse, PhD. And the last is Professor Dr. Insinyur Haji Yudi Firmanul Arifin, MSc. Okay, that is our greeting. I hope this seminar will be of benefit to all of us. And if there is something missing in our greeting, please, in all of our deep hope that all of us can take in earnest. Congratulations and success for the first Health Science International Conference 2002. That's all, and thank you, and may success follow you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you for Professor Dr. Nia Kania, Anatomic Pathology Consultant, for your speech.
Sambutan kedua disampaikan oleh Dekan Fakultas Kedokteran Universitas Lambung Mangkurat.
We are going to listen to the opening speech delivered by the Dean of the Faculty of Medicine, University of Lambung Mangkurat. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Iwan Aflani, MKes, Forensic Specialist, SH.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Selamat pagi, salam sejahtera buat kita semua. I will deliver my speech in Indonesia. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin, puji dan syukur kita panjatkan kehadirat Allah Subhanahu wa taala yang telah memberikan kesempatan kita untuk bisa berkumpul pada hari ini dalam suatu kegiatan the first Health Science Conference online COVID-19 Natural Resource and Biomolecular Aspect yang pertama, dan ini merupakan suatu kebanggaan buat kita semua. Terlebih dahulu perkenankan saya menyapa para orang-orang yang sangat spesial pada hari ini. Yang pertama yang saya hormati Profesor Irawan Satriyotomo, Profesor Cici Rehana Yujana Prawira, Profesor Zairindo, Profesor Yudi Firmanul Arifin, Profesor Aryunanto, dan Nurse Agianto PhD yang nanti akan menjadi pembicara. Yang sangat saya hormati Bapak Rektor Universitas Lambung Mangkurat yang dalam hal ini diwakili oleh Bapak Wakil Rektor Bidang Perencanaan dan Kerjasama Universitas Lambung Mangkurat yang juga menjadi pembicara kita pada hari ini, yaitu Profesor Yudi Firmanul Arifin. Yang saya hormati para Wakil Dekan, Ketua Program Studi, para guru besar, dan tentunya yang sangat saya banggakan, Ketua Research Center, Profesor Nia Kania, beserta seluruh jajarannya, dan Ketua Panitia Penyelenggara kegiatan ini, Dr. Eko Suhartono. Terima kasih atas dedikasinya, sehingga kegiatan ini bisa terselenggara. COVID-19 merupakan suatu pandemi yang sedang dihadapi oleh dunia, terkhusus oleh bangsa Indonesia dan Kalimantan Selatan. Dan dalam hal ini COVID-19 menyebabkan banyak permasalahan yang muncul di dalam kehidupan kita sehari-hari, memukul seluruh aspek kehidupan, tidak hanya aspek kesehatan dan psikologi, tapi juga ekonomi, sosial, dan politik. Tentunya kita harus segera mencari jalan keluar untuk memperbaiki kondisi ini. Karena yang kita ketahui pada saat ini, Indonesia telah mengalami resesi ekonomi. Pada triwulan kedua, pertumbuhan ekonomi Indonesia itu minus 5,32%. Kemudian pada triwulan ketiga, pertumbuhan kita minus 3,49%. Tentunya ini merupakan suatu tantangan bagi kita, termasuk insan-insan yang bergerak di bidang kedokteran dan kesehatan, untuk segera mencari jalan keluarnya. Dan salah satunya adalah mencari bahan-bahan alami yang memungkinkan untuk meningkatkan imunitas atau membantu kita untuk bisa mengatasi COVID-19 ini. Jadi apa yang dilakukan oleh panitia pada hari ini dan Universitas Lambung Mangkurat pada hari ini tentunya merupakan satu rangkaian atau satu bagian yang diharapkan nanti dapat menyelesaikan atau membantu penyelesaian penanganan COVID-19 khususnya di Kalimantan Selatan, yang tentunya nanti sesuai dengan tema kita akan mengoptimalkan bagaimana pemberdayaan sumber daya alam, kemudian bioinformatika, kemudian biomolekuler, dan yang lainnya. Tentunya saya yakin ini akan bisa terselenggara dengan baik. Dan saya laporkan kepada Pak Rektor bahwa peserta kita pada hari ini ada 211 orang dengan 53 paper, kemudian para narasumber, para pembicara, dan para mereka yang akan menyampaikan paper ini berasal dari terutama dari Kalimantan Selatan, Universitas Lambung Mangkurat, kemudian saya lihat juga ada dari Aceh, dari Jawa, dan ada yang dari Libya. Tentunya ini merupakan suatu kebanggaan buat kita semua, khususnya Universitas Lambung Mangkurat. Dan sekali lagi saya mengucapkan terima kasih atas kehadiran seluruh pihak dan partisipasinya dalam the first Health Science Conference online, COVID-19 Natural Results and Biomolecular Aspect. Mungkin itu yang bisa saya sampaikan. Sekali lagi saya ucapkan apresiasi buat seluruh yang terlibat dalam kegiatan ini. Demikian, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Dr. Iwan Aflani, for your opening speech.
Sambutan ketiga disampaikan oleh Rektor Universitas Lambung Mangkurat yang akan disampaikan oleh Wakil Rektor Bidang Perencanaan, Kerjasama, dan Hubungan Masyarakat, sekaligus membuka secara resmi kegiatan seminar internasional.
Now we are going to listen to the opening speech of Rector of University of Lambung Mangkurat, delivered by the Vice Rector of Planning, Cooperation and Public Relations of the University of Lambung Mangkurat, as well as officially opening the international conference. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Profesor Dr. Insinyur Haji Yudi Firmanul Arifin, MSc.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
The Honorable Dean of the Faculty of Medicine, Dr. Iwan Aflani, the Honorable Head of the Research Center, Faculty of Medicine, Professor Dr. Nia Kania, and also the Honorable for the keynote speaker for today, Prof. Cisi Rasiana Sujana Prawira, PhD, Professor Irawan Satriotomo, PhD, and also the Honorable, all the invited speakers for today. This is our colleagues from Lambung Mangkurat University, Professor Dr. Zairin Nur, Professor Dr. Ari Yunanto, and also Dr. Agianto, PhD. And me also the speaker for today. The Honorable, all the presenter, and especially for head of the committee of this conference, Bapak Dr. Eko Suhartono, this is our college, and also the member of the committee, this international conference for today. Ladies and gentlemen, the first of all, let's pray and thanks to our God, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, who has been giving us some mercies and blessings so we can attend and gather in this conference in good condition and happy situations without obstacle. Secondly, my faith and salutation always to be given to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who has guided us from the darkness to brightness. Actually, the rector of Lambung Mangkurat was supposed to open the conference today, but he had an agenda. At the same time, he gave me the disposition to open today's conference. He apologized for not being able to attend the conference today. Today, I'm very excited for your presence in the first HeSiCon, or Health Science Conference online, with the theme COVID-19, Nature Resource and Biomolecular Aspect. Dean had said that this is the first international conference organized by the Research Center, Faculty of Medicine, Lambung Mangkurat University. In this conference, we have again a lot of knowledge and share experiences between researchers as well as all participants who follow in this conference today. We know that health problem has become to a world hot issue today after the outbreak of pandemic of COVID-19. Many victims have died due to COVID-19. There are many ways to deal with COVID-19, one of which is various research to prevent, treat the effect of this virus. Until now, the process of vaccine discovery is still being carried out, and according to information that the vaccine is already in the testing process and will be implemented in year 2021. Hopefully, we hope that this research center under the Faculty of Medicine can produce some innovation, and also researchers in the field of medicine, because I think this research center is very important to develop in our university. One alternative, sometimes the people widely practiced in community is consuming various medicinal plants or various spices that have potential to be medicinal. Research on medicinal plants continue to be carried out to get optimal research. Of course, research on medicinal plant must be carried out in the alternative treatment for various diseases, especially how to deal with COVID-19. I would like to inform you that ULM is the University for Sustainable Development and Community Environment. ULM vision is to be a leading and competitive university on wetland environment studies. Most of our research focus on wetland. From this vision, we invite wetland researchers from around the world to join with us in doing research and development. It is time for us to work together in the effort to reduce the impact of global warming. This is our world problem, I think, the climate change and food scarcity, especially impact of the environmental damage on wetlands. In even we can collaborate to develop medicinal plants from wetland to treat various diseases. Many kinds of medicinal plants can find in wetland area. And the data, according to the WHO, about 65% of population of developing countries use herbal medicines, and global sales of herbal medicine can reach $60 billion. It is very, very high. So more than 54 trillion rupiah per year. And herbal medicines have been widely accepted in law to expand income countries. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I give high appreciation to all the committee, especially for our colleague, Dr. Eko Suhartono, who work hard for implementation on this event. Hopefully, this event runs smoothly and we can get benefit from this conference. Finally, I wish to congratulate for implementation of this conference, and hopefully we all benefit greatly from this conference, especially how to treat infectious disease. Okay, in the end of this speech, I would like to say that Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I open this conference. The theme is COVID-19 Nature Resource and Biomolecular Aspect for today. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thanks to Professor Dr. Insinyur Haji Yudi Firmanul Arifin, MSc, who opened the event, the HeSiCon International Conferences, COVID-19 Natural Resource and Biomolecular Aspect.
Hadirin yang kami hormati, berikut persembahan tarian tradisional Kalimantan Selatan, Tari Kasuma Ningrum, yang dibawakan oleh mahasiswa dan dosen program studi seni, drama, tari, dan musik FKIP Universitas Lambung Mangkurat.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we present the South Kalimantan traditional dance performance, Kasuma Ningrum, performed by student and lecturer of Performing Arts, Dance and Music Study Program of Teacher Training and Education Faculty of the University of Lambung Mangkurat. Kasuma Ningrum Classical Traditional Dance is a new dance offering from the Performing Arts Education Program, Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, Lambung Mangkurat University, which is inspired by Baksa Kambang dance and is based on a variety of classical dance from South Kalimantan. This dance reflects the royal princess plucking and chopping flowers into a flower arrangement called bogam, to be presented to the guests of honor as a welcoming greetings. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy the show.
Selanjutnya, yaitu sesi foto bersama yang akan dibantu oleh operator. Jika berkenan, kami mohonkan kepada Bapak dan Ibu narasumber, tamu undangan, dan seluruh peserta seminar internasional untuk mengaktifkan kamera dan menggunakan background Zoom yang telah dibagikan pada kolom chat.
We are continuing our meeting to the next agenda. That is a photo session, which will be assisted by the operator. We hope all international conference participants be able to activate the camera and using the Zoom background that has been shared in the chat column.
Berhubung dengan banyak peserta dalam Zoom, maka sesi foto bersama dengan penangkapan layar akan dilakukan sebanyak 4 kali.
Due to there are many participants in the Zoom video conference, a photo session along with screen capture will be held 4 times, and I'll gate and signal the participants. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to the first slide. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we are going to the next slide, to the second slide. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're going to the third slide. On 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're going to the last slide. On 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Memasuki acara inti, yaitu pemaparan materi oleh keynote speakers. Materi pertama akan disampaikan oleh Profesor Irawan Satriotomo, MD PhD, dari Universitas Florida dengan materi Neuroscience Insight of COVID-19.
Entering the main event, that is to hear the keynote speech which will be delivered by Professor Irawan Satriotomo, Medical Doctor, PhD, from University of Florida. Professor Irawan Satriotomo, MD, PhD, will deliver neuroscience inside of COVID-19. Previously, I read the curriculum vitae of Professor Irawan Satriotomo, MD, PhD. Professor Irawan Satriotomo, MD, PhD, have finished education in Kanagawa Medical University, Japan for PhD in neuroscience, and then finished education in University of Gajah Mada, Indonesia for medical doctor medicine. And then he joined Accreditation Council for Medical Affairs on New York, board certified medical affairs specialist. For the experience, Professor Irawan Satriotomo have Indonesian Neuroscience Institute, and then Tissue Pro Biotechnology, and Magnite Brand Institute, Comparative Bioscience, and so many more. For the research and publication, Professor Irawan Satriotomo have a lot of publication and research on the international journal and Scopus reputation. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Professor Irawan Satriotomo, Medical Doctor, PhD. Excuse me, sir. Your sound is being mute. Maybe you can unmute the microphone.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, clearly, sir.
Okay, all right. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. The first thing I would like to thank into this international through webinar. Basically, actually, some of your colleagues contacting me and then asking whether we can join physically and then do some workshop there, but because the COVID-19, so we only can do the webinars. So today, I would like to introduce a probably quite intriguing concept or ideas, but it's really related to what's happening right now with the COVID-19 pandemic. As you know, that almost like 35 to 50% of the patients of the COVID-19 coming because they have the headache or they have the anosmia. They cannot smell something or they cannot testing. So meaning there is something going on that brain. So first, I would like to introduce or review about the COVID-19. COVID itself, this is a coronavirus disease 2019, then we call as a COVID-19, has been declared as a pandemic on March 11, 2020. But actually, I already tried to communicate with the Indonesian Doctor Association to communicate with these with the government to make a teamwork in February, probably around 28 or 30. I almost forgot because I thought that this virus actually is spreading very widely, and at that time also in United States already have a quite big cases. Yeah. COVID-19 is caused by a virus that we know as a SARS-CoV-2, and which is a single-stranded RNA virus or ssRNA with the genome size is quite big actually, 29,900 BP. And this SARS-CoV-2 is belong to the same beta coronavirus that the previous was reported with the SARS-CoV. And also the Middle East respiratory syndrome cough, and then beer sequence are very similar. So that actually this is that's why they call as a SARS-CoV-2. And then this SARS-CoV-2 is been transmitted from the bat because the sequence is very similar with the bat. SARS-CoV-2 made up from three structural protein, namely is a spike protein that will attach with the receptor that I will discuss more further later on. And they also have an envelope as well as in membrane. Then they will make a capsid, nuclear capsid that containing the RNA genome. The important thing in here is that predominance of the receptor for COVID-19 is actually a angiotensin converting enzyme or ACQ, and also the what we call transmembrane serine protease 2. So as you know, the ACE2 actually is not only located in the major part like the heart or the kidney, why the drug now is being used for the hypertension or other purposes with the kidney or heart problems. But also they have spreading in all the major human organ like lung, ileum, heart, eye, and even in the brain. then we will talk a little about this. And this is why the risk factor with the contracting with the coronavirus 2019 become very spreading, not only on that respiratory problem or respiratory system, but also in other part of the body. But I would like to discuss more further how can and how on earth that the virus can also spreading into the brain as well. So that's why I make a title today as a neuroscience inside the coronavirus 19. So these pictures you can see in here. Now the technology given us the opportunity to learn more. This we call the tractography. Actually, is from what called the why I forgot. This is coming from the photograph that we can actually try to see the axonal fibers or the track, and it's from our olfactory bulb into the system. So as you know, guys, that the major central nervous system, the very close to the peripheral area, actually our nose, and in our nose there is a what we call the olfactory bulb. So that's why some physicians or doctors try to injecting the stem cell or other drug directly into that olfactory bulb, then they can transmit to others. So this is the thing why what we know that the virus actually coming from the air, and then we breathing, and then we have the air we have some virus, and they will infect the olfactory bulb and going into the system. And we know that a lot of virus is very small, and then they can also actually, it's not only coming to the olfactory bulb system. What I can explain later on, that what we call the retrograde axonal transport, but also in the mucus of our nose, there's a lot of circulation, and then that circulation actually can bring it the virus into the bloodstream, and then can enter to the brain via the blood-brain barriers. So this is the thing why we have some kind of problem when the patient not only have a symptom on the respiratory tract or the lung, but also have some problem in the brain, like they have some stroke, or they have encephalitis, or they have another also symptom in muscle, for example. So this a couple data that already collecting in some couple of papers, that there is a lot of neurological symptoms coming out, like acute cerebral diseases, hemorrhagic ataxia, ageusia, or dizziness, hyposmia. They cannot smell, even as stroke or encephalitis and meningitis. So I tried to collecting this system by collecting the part where that the virus impacted the area. First is like a central nervous system, where we have the headache, dizziness, or alteration. Sometimes we get the ataxia from the encephalitis, and sometimes we also get the seizures and hypoplasia because of neuropathy. And also they can come into the peripheral nervous system as well. It's like you got the hyposmia or hypogeusia. And the other problem post-infected because they go into the more peripheral region, so they can get the demyelination, for example. So there is a couple actually report, and I think now is more and more report coming in about the neurological and neuropsychiatric complication. And as you can see, that there is a cerebrovascular problem or altered mental, and we need to see this age, and we have known that the middle age and also the aging people actually have the high rise of this virus, and then have the higher mortality compared to the young people or the kids. So and then also there is a couple report too that if they go to the neuromuscular system, they can have the causing the Guillain-Barré syndrome or others like autoimmune disorders, myelopathy or ALS, and diseases. And the other thing that I would like to mention actually, when our president, and actually not my president, the United States president, try to promote the hydrochloroquine and chloroquine that actually can cause more damage than the compared to the benefit, because they can induce the neuropathy or myopathy, and also and have the counters of the antiviral treatment as well. So it's not only the symptom. Actually, there is a couple papers. It's really very nice paper, even is very short as a brief report. So we found that the radiographic finding also found a very prominent symptom, prominent data that actually they can infect the brain. So you can see the encephalitis, or even though some of them doesn't have any symptom, but they can see that things. And also post mortem study also can seeing this data where the CD68 actually is macrophages and others is actually already appear in this patient, that patient from the COVID. So as I mentioned before, that neuroinvasion of the COVID-19 is first is through the homogeneous spread bloodstream through the blood-brain barriers, and also retrograde axonal transport. I will explain this later. As we know that our blood-brain barrier actually is the most what we call a very safe area, and is only can a very tight and no molecule can enter. We call that only a small molecule that can enter this blood-brain barriers.
Excuse me, sir, your sound are being muted.
Can you hear me now?
Clearly, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
sorry. Okay, thank you. So as I mentioned before, that neuroinvasion of COVID-19 is going through to the brain via the bloodstream through the blood-brain barriers, and also the retrograde axonal transport. And I would like to repeat that our brain actually is the structure that very complicated, and then they have a very protective system that we call the blood-brain barrier. only very small drug that and enter that system. So that's why in US and or in Europe now they try to develop what we call that small molecule, where we can go or targeting the brain via that small molecule. But the virus is very small. It's very easy to enter that blood-brain barrier. That's why they can crossing without any problem. So this is the thing why they can easily crossing. So I will showing you some others fact finding. So this is a couple virus family like the HIV, human immunodeficiency, and also a very similar is single-stranded, and then all that can go through to blood-brain barrier, herpes virus, and also polio virus, and wild Nile virus, Japanese encephalitis virus. Almost all that virus that we know is easy to enter the brain via blood-brain barrier. So this is a couple area that like meningitis, white matter, thalamus, empedema, cerebral cortex, or cerebellum itself can be a target of the virus. So it's not new actually that why we understand that COVID-19 can easily enter that area. So there is a very nice paper just coming out from Science Advance. So you can see this that ACE2 receptor and TMPRSS transmembrane protein sharing has also become a major area, and we found that not only in the secretory facial in nasal olfactory, but also until the proximal or distal area as well. But also the other findings can see that area actually also, I mean the brain also have been infected in this diseases. So the others finding also that they try to see is the ACE2 receptors where they can try to seeing the colocalization between the ACE2 with the tubulin or cilia that where respiratory system is located. And the very nice study that also showing this is what we call the viral tracing or what we call tracking using the methods with the viral or other methods too. First, what they do is they put the corotoxin, or usually they use the corotoxin B, and they injecting this corotoxin into this olfactory bulb, and then you can see that this spreading into the almost whole body. I mean, almost whole brain, and they try to see where is located. Oh, sorry. And then the nice thing also with the viral tracing, actually they can what we call the actional transport. So they can transport from other neuron to another neuron. So the way that they do is they try to transmit using the actional fiber. That's why they call the retrograde actional transport. So then, as you can see, it's not only in the olfactory bulb, but also in the spinals, what we call the peripheral nerve as well. So they found that the tracing can be traced until the peripheral nerve. That's why we found that a couple of patients have a problem with this muscle. Yes, and everything's become common. It is the post-infection become very severe. So as a conclusion, we found that a pandemic of COVID-19 for present neurologists is very challenging, and then neuroinfection of the SARS-CoV-2 can be central or peripheral, and then we suspected that it's coming into the brain via blood-brain barrier or retrograde axonal transport. So we need to have more understanding actually about SARS-CoV-2, the pathomechanism. So then we can treating the patient very rigorously and also in the right way. So this is my presentation. Probably we still have a few minutes, so probably I can have answering some of your questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Irawan Satriotomo, Medical Doctor PhD, for the keynote speech.
Hadirin yang kami hormati, selanjutnya akan ada pemaparan materi oleh keynote speakers kita yang kedua, Profesor Dr. Cici Reciana Sucena Prawira, spesialis anak konsultan MSc PhD dari Universitas Pajajaran dengan materi Vaccine Development in the COVID-19 Era.
Excellencies, participants, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to invite to deliver her keynote speech, Professor Dr. Cici Rahyana Sucana Prawira, pediatrician, consultant, MSc PhD from University of Pajajaran. Professor Dr. Cici Rahyana Sucana Prawira, pediatrician, MSc PhD, will deliver vaccine development in the COVID-19 era. Previously, I read the curriculum vitae of Professor Dr. Cici Rahyana Sucana Prawira, pediatrician, MSc PhD consultant. Professor Dr. Cici Rahyana has finished her education from Faculty of Medicine, University of Pajajaran, Bandung for medical doctor in 1973, and then Faculty of Medicine, University of Pajajaran, Bandung for Indonesian pediatrician in 1983, and then Catholic University of Leuven, Belgium for master degree in 1990, and then Catholic University of Leuven, Belgium for doctoral degree in 1993. For the experience, Professor Cici is a manager for teaching hospital development, sponsored by GBIC OAECF Japan, the chairperson of Vaccination Task Force Group of Indonesian Pediatrician Society, Working Group Immunization of the Perlamuni, and the Indonesian Influenza Foundation, member of Asia Pacific Alliance for the Control of Influenza, APACI, Asian Strategic Alliance for Pneumococcal Disease Prevention, ASAP, and so many more. For the research and publication, Professor Dr. Cici have a lot of publication in international publisher. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Professor Dr. Cici Rahyana Sucana Prawira, pediatrician consultant, MSc PhD.
Hello, good morning. Can you see my slide, please? Kenapa ya kok nggak bisa?
The operator will be presented soon.
Yes, please. Yes, can you see my slide?
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh, the slide is already here. Oh.
Would you like
So,
to present it by the operator?
yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay.
So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The Honorable Dr. Iwan Aflani, the Dean of the Faculty of Medicine, Universitas Lambung Mangkurat. The Honorable Professor Nia Kania, the Head of the Research Center, Faculty of Medicine, Universitas Lambung Mangkurat. Distinguished professors and colleagues from Universitas Lambung Mangkurat. First of all, I would like to thank the Dean and Professor Nia for inviting me to this important meeting. In this meeting, my presentation is entitled, slide please, Vaccine Development and COVID-19. As we know that, slide please, continue. Slide. Yeah, as we know that WHO officially launched a global immunization, the expanded program of immunization for children in 1974. And Indonesia, the EPI program was launched in 1978. As we know that the vaccination is the most effective public health intervention and responsible for reduction of vaccine preventable disease and death in under 5 children. In Indonesia, immunization is providing free of cost against 12 vaccine preventable diseases, such as diphtheria, pertussis, tetanus, polio, rubella, tuberculosis, Hep B, and also the 3 new vaccine, pneumococcal pneumonia, the PCV, the Japanese encephalitis, and the HPV. Yeah. So there are also still many of the other vaccine that not yet included in the national immunization program in Indonesia, but it already available to use in Indonesia, such as rotavirus, influenza, varicella, and dengue. Slide, please. Before I continue with my presentation, I would like to explain about 3 things: the vaccine, vaccination, and immunization. Vaccine is a product that produces immunity to a specific disease. To a specific disease means that only for that disease. Vaccine for COVID is only for COVID-19. The vaccination is the act of introducing vaccine into body to produce immunity to a specific disease also. So one vaccine is for one disease. The immunization is the process by which a person becomes protected against a disease through vaccination. After the vaccination, the body will respond, so the immune system will respond and produce antibody, so the human become immune. The process called immunization. The term vaccination and immunization is often used interchangeability, interchange with vaccination. Yeah, so the immunization and vaccination usually people mix for use in discussion. Slide, please. So in this slide, we can see the big difference between infection and vaccination. As you know, infection and vaccination both can produce antibody, but the first slide, we can see this in the upper one, the disease-causing organism. If the disease comes to someone, then there will be a process to build an immune response. Yeah, so they will, the body will respond to the organism like the virus here, and also the virus will cause disease here. So after they produce the antibody, so the recovery, the human atau the man can recover or death or disability. This is the cause if it caused by the infection. But if the vaccination, the vaccine antigen, there is usually there is no virus or bacteria inside or include. So if we give the vaccination to somebody, then will be response, the immune response, and produce antibody, but without disease. So there will be no death, no disability, only recover, only normal. Yeah. So this is the difference. So if we will give vaccine antigen, so we will get the antibody without disease. Slide, please. So why we use vaccine? According to WHO, vaccine can prevent infectious diseases, of course. Example of vaccine preventable disease, I already mentioned BCG, DTP, polio, Hep B, yeah. And all this vaccine we give start from the beginning, from newborn, yeah. So the second one is when most people in a community are vaccinated against a disease, the ability of the pathogen to spread is limited. So if we can vaccinate such percentage of population, then there will be come the herd immunity, indirect immunity, or population immunity. Yeah. So for each of the infectious diseases, for the bacteria or virus, the herd immunity threshold, it's not the same. It depends on the contagious of the virus or bacteria. The third one, when many people have immunity, this also indirectly protects people who cannot be vaccinated, such as very young babies and those who have compromised immune system. Many of people who cannot get the vaccine because of the immune system diseases. Yeah. Slide. We can see this slide shows the success of immunization program. The immunization program in the whole world gave a very good success story. Like measles vaccination averted an estimated 23.2 million deaths between 2000 and 2018. Measles is one of the very contagious disease, yeah, with the R0 15 to 18. In 2019, UNICEF reached almost half of the world children with life-saving vaccine. Maternal and neonatal tetanus also endemic in only 12 countries, and vaccination saves 2 to 3 million children each year from deadly childhood disease like measles, diarrhea, and pneumonia. And 2.5 billion children have been vaccinated since year 2000, and the number of children paralyzed by polio has fallen by more than 99% since 1988, from 350 million to fewer than 200 cases only at the end of 2019. So this is the the success of the immunization program. Slide. Now we will talk about vaccine. I will talk about vaccine development. The vaccine development was started slide with this vaccine development has three general stages. Yes, these general stages. The first is about the exploratory states and preclinical states. In these states, people try to find the candidate for vaccine, and then they do the clinical trial in lab and also in animal. Then the second general stage is clinical trial, the clinical trial 1, 2, and 3, and regulatory review and approval. Yeah, usually we call it as the clinical trial phase 4. And the last stage is the manufacturing and quality control and post-marketing. This is the general stage slide. Further, I will show you the step in vaccine development. Yeah, this is from WHO. So it contains of preclinical studies, of course, phase 1 clinical trial, phase 2 clinical trial, phase 3, and phase 4, the post-marketing surveillance, and the human challenge studies. But the human challenge studies in which a vaccine is given, followed by the pathogen against which the vaccine is designed to protect. But such trials are uncommon and people as they present considerable ethical challenges. Yeah? So this is the step in vaccination. And next is about the details slide. About the details. Yeah, the first is the preclinical. Before a vaccine is considered for human trials, it has to have a robust data from laboratory and animal studies to make the investigators as well as in independent ethics committee confident it is very likely to be both safe, yeah, as well as effective. So the preclinical was done in the laboratory for chemical or physics and animal studies. Once this is the case, it can move to phase 1 trials in human. Slide. So the phase 1 clinical trials are relatively small trials, only around 20 to 100 volunteers. The primary objective of confirming the safety already strongly expected from animal studies. And besides the safety, also the blood tests are collected from the volunteers for testing of the vaccine's efficacy in the laboratory. Yeah, to know whether vaccine has generated an immune response that is likely to be useful, but doesn't guarantee it is going to work, of course. Often, multiple doses are used to try and find the ideal dose. Yeah. Usually use 2 or 3 doses and compare the safety and the effectiveness and efficacy of the vaccine. Jadi depending dose. Phase 1 trials are often conducted in a relatively narrow age range, like for the COVID, almost all start with age 18 to 59, healthy subject with no comorbidities to reduce the prospect of confounder and to ensure safety. Slide. Phase 2 trials are still mostly focused on safety again, but now include a greater number of subjects, often between 1,000 to 2,000 people. So laboratory studies of effectiveness also conducted in phase 2, and slightly more diverse population can sometimes be considered for enrollment, such as a broader its range, yeah, maybe we add it's more than 60, or to begin more closely resemble the actual target population. Yeah. Is the phase 2 is success, then we go to the phase 3 trials. Slide. The phase 3 trials are the pivotal final trials before a vaccine is approved for widespread use. While safety remains a focus, these trials are primarily about showing that people that have received the vaccine have significantly lower rates of actual infection than those that have not. It's called the efficacy. Please back to slide 3, phase 3, please. This is to show the with the large number of volunteers, more than 10,000 usually, yeah, and also in several places. Yeah. So if they success, then they can get the approval slide. Yeah, the potential, the approval from the regulator. Yeah. So, and then the vaccine will be manufactured, and the vaccine in spread use. Yeah. But the data collection on its safety, as well as how well it is working, continue to be collected in what is known as this phase 4. So the post-marketing study is to know the pharmacovigilance, the drug safety. Yeah. So the vaccine is always safety, yeah, to see the safety, efficacy, and effectivity, or almost during the vaccine development. Slide. Slide, please. Yeah, this is the only the summary. We can see the phase 1 with not too many people, healthy volunteers, and then phase 2, and then phase 3 with many people, with also thousands of volunteers. Yeah. Then this is from FDA, and in Indonesia we have BPOM, who will give the license of the vaccine. Yeah, only if the vaccine is safe and effective, and if it has a good efficacy. Yeah. Slide. The next slide. This is show how vaccine safety continue to be monitored from the beginning until the end of the study. Slide. So about the COVID-19 vaccine development. So what is the difference? The development of vaccine COVID-19 and the other vaccines. Slide. Actually, to develop a vaccine in the normal era, it's not so easy. We can see here, for the polio, they need 60 years to develop and to get a good vaccine. For Ebola, they need 15 years. And we can see for MERS and SARS-CoV, only after several years. For MERS, after 6 years, no vaccine product, and also SARS-CoV-1 after 17 years. So, and now they stop, but they already have the technology to do or to develop a coronavirus vaccine. So that's why for the SARS-CoV-2 virus vaccine, yeah, they can do it faster. They say, from the WHO, they said that vaccine can be developed within 12 to 18 months. Yeah, because some of the difficulty already solved, like the genome sequence of SARS-CoV-2 was published in January 2010 and 2020, sorry, January 10 in 2020. So everybody know, and they sent it to the bank, and everyone can access the genetic pattern of the SARS-CoV-2. Yeah. So they already start from January, even before the WHO declare pandemic in March. Yeah. Slide, please. So this is the vaccine development. So we can see here the traditional or the normal vaccine development, year 1, year 0, year 1, year 2, year 3, until year 10. 10 years usually they need time. Yeah, but for the COVID vaccine, they accelerated vaccine development timeline. From the preclinical phase 1 and phase 2, they can do it together, parallel, and then phase 2 to phase 3 also can do parallel. And the infrastructure, structure, they can start early, and also manufacturing and approval with the emergency use authorization, and then distribution of the vaccine. But in phase 4, of course, it will be longer, because the phase 4 post-marketing surveillance for side effect is critical and essential. Yeah. So normal vaccine normal vaccine development is very, very long, need long time. But for COVID-19, the accelerated COVID-19 vaccine development steps are done in parallel. So all usual safety and efficacy monitoring mechanism remain in place, yeah, such as adverse event surveillance, safety data monitoring, and long-term follow-up still do for the COVID-19 vaccine. Yes, slide, please. So if we can see here, yeah, outbreak from a cluster of novel human pneumonia cases in Wuhan City, China since late December. On 10 January 2020, the first novel coronavirus genome sequence was made publicity available, and then the sequence is deposited into the gene bank. So all the scientists and the vaccine manufacturer can access to this novel coronavirus genome sequence. Yeah? Then they can start with vaccine development, of course. Slide.
Excuse me, Prof.
Slide, please.
Keynote speech session duration 3 minutes remain. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. So this is the vaccine, the virus slide. This is the virus slide, please. So this is the imogen used to develop viral vaccine. So the different manufacturers develop viral vaccine with different immunogen and different platform. There are 8 platforms. Yeah, and the one that we use here for our study is the inactivated virus. So the dead virus. Yes, slide, please. Now, this is the platform of the vaccine development, the virus vaccine. Yeah, slide. The attenuated live virus and the inactivated, the protein base. So they use the spike protein. This is the protein subunit and like particle. Slide. The third and fourth is the viral the 5 and 6 is the viral vector vaccine. This is the adenovirus used, yeah, with the protein spike protein. Then slide, please. And the last is the new platform, the nucleic acid vaccine. It's a DNA then and RNA vaccine. Yeah, slide. So all the vaccine is so many, more than 200. The first, there are many different COVID vaccine based on a patient. Roughly 7% only vaccine in preclinical studies success, and candidate that reach clinical trial has about 20% chance of event. So very, very little. Slide. Sorry. This is the 10 vaccine that's already in phase 3. The Sinovac is the one that we use in Bandung, slide. So will a coronavirus vaccine be safe? Of course, of coronavirus, because it already done in do the phase 1, phase 2, and phase preclinical. So until the end of the process, all the safety is the first that they have to find. Yeah? Slide, please. So this is this slide shows that more than 170 vaccines, yeah, in the preclinical trial. This is October 19. So only 11 vaccines in phase 1, 15 vaccine in phase 2, 10 vaccine in phase 3, and none of vaccine were is approved. Yeah, slide. Slide, please. So how can I protect my family? Of course, 3M and 3T still have to be done. Yeah, slide. This is 3M. Yeah, we can see here how to protect ourselves as 9 important. But the important things this masker, use masker, and then a good masker, and then clean, wash your hand, and stay. And also distance, a physical distancing more than 1 meter. And the other is the ourselves, yeah, to protect ourselves from the COVID-19. Slide. So vaccine can prevent infectious disease. Vaccine can protect yourself and your community. Normal vaccine development perform its step in sequence to accelerate COVID-19. Steps are done in parallel. So it's faster, but it's still safe. Yeah. So the health protocol should be fully implemented by everyone until the COVID-19 pandemic is over. So even there is a vaccine COVID-19, we must still use masker, physical distancing, wash hand, test, tracing, and treatment, and also to not to go to the what do you call many people will contact us, will transmit the vaccine to us. Yeah, it may have to be protect from that. Slide. Yeah, the immunization activities must be have to be continue. This is our immunization program activities during pandemic with the PPA for the doctors and the nurses. Slide. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Cici Rahyana Suchana Prawira, pediatrician, MSc PhD, for the keynote speech.
Baik, itu dia sesi pemaparan materi oleh keynote speakers. Berikutnya kami persilahkan hadirin yang kami hormati agar dapat memasuki breakout room yang telah ditentukan untuk sesi pemaparan materi yang akan disampaikan oleh invited speakers dan dipandu oleh Dr. Rahmiati MKes SPMK selaku moderator dalam breakout room 1 dengan topik efek dengan topik efek logam terhadap osteoporosis dengan pemateri Profesor Dr. Jairinor, spesialis ortopedi dan traumatologi konsultan MM dari Universitas Lambung Mangkurat, dan potensi tanaman rawa untuk pengobatan dengan pemateri Profesor Dr. Insinyur Haji Yudi Firmanul Arifin MSc dari Universitas Lambung Mangkurat.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the keynote speech session by keynote speakers. Next, we invite the participant to enter the breakout room for presentation session of material to be delivered by invited speaker and guided by Dr. Rahmiati Mkes, microbiological clinic specialist, as a moderator in breakout room 1 with topics the effect of metal on osteoporosis and the potential of wetlands plants for medicine, with speakers Professor Dr. Zairi Nur, orthopedics and traumatology specialist consultant MM from University of Lambung Mangkurat, and Professor Dr. Insinyur Haji Yudi Firmanul Arifin, MSc from University of Lambung Mangkurat.
Okay, thank you for MC.
Untuk breakout room 2 akan dipimpin oleh Adi Nugroho SKM MKes MSc PhD sebagai moderator dengan topik patomekanisme COVID-19 pada bayi dengan pemateri Profesor Dr. Ari Yunanto, spesialis anak konsultan dari Universitas Lambung Mangkurat, dan COVID-19 pada keperawatan dengan pemateri Agianto Eskep, Nurse M.Nurse PhD dari Universitas Lambung Mangkurat.
For the breakout room 2 will lead by Adi Nugroho, SKM MKes MSc PhD, as a moderator with the topics for pathomechanism of COVID-19 in infants and COVID-19 in nursing, with speakers Professor Dr. Ari Yunanto, pediatricians consultant from University of Lambung Mangkurat, and Agianto Eskep Nurse M.Nurse PhD from University of Lambung Mangkurat.
Hadirin yang kami hormati, dimohon agar dapat menggunakan ketentuan nama lengkap, strip HeSiCon, strip room 1 atau 2, peserta dapat memilih secara bebas, dan diisi sesuai room yang ingin dimasuki pada sesi paparan invited speaker.
To all participants, please use the provision of the name, full name, dash, HeSiCon, dash, room 1 or 2. Fill in according to the room you want to enter during the invited speaker session. You can choose which room that you want freely.
Kami berikan waktu selama 5 menit untuk seluruh partisipan agar dapat menyesuaikan penamaan sesuai ketentuan. Melewati dari 5 menit, panitia akan secara otomatis mendistribusikan seluruh partisipan pada tiap breakout room secara random.
We give 5 minutes for all participants to adjust the naming according to the provisions. After 5 minutes, the committee will automatically distribute all participants at each breakout room randomly.
Mohon menunggu selama 5 menit agar operator dapat memindahkan pada breakout room.
Ladies and gentlemen, the operator still working to move to the breakout room. Please be waiting.
Hadirin yang kami hormati, dimohon agar dapat menggunakan ketentuan nama lengkap, strip HeSiCon, strip room 1 atau 2, isi sesuai room yang ingin dimasuki pada sesi paparan invited speaker.
To all participants, please use the provision of the name, full name, dash, HeSiCon, dash, room 1 or 2. Fill in according to the room you want to enter during the invited speakers session. Thank you.
Dimohon agar dapat menggunakan ketentuan nama lengkap, strip, HeSiCon, strip, room 1 atau 2. Peserta dapat memilih secara bebas dan diisi sesuai room yang ingin dimasuki pada sesi paparan invited speakers.
To all participants, please use the provision of the name, full name, dash HeSiCon, dash room 1 or 2. You can choose freely which room that you want to enter. Fill in according to the room you want to enter during the invited speaker session.
Pada breakout room 1 dengan topik efek logam terhadap osteoporosis. Dengan pemateri Profesor Dr. Jairinor, spesialis ortopedi dan traumatologi konsultan MM. Dan topik potensi tanaman rawa untuk pengobatan dengan pemateri Profesor Dr. Insinyur Haji Yudi Firmanul Arifin, MSc.
In breakout room 1, the topics will be the effect of metal on osteoporosis and the potential of wetlands plants for medicine, with speakers Professor Dr. Jairinur, Orthopedics and Traumatology Consultant MM, and Professor Dr. Insinyur Haji Yudi Firmanul Arifin, MSc.
Untuk breakout room 2 dengan topik patomekanisme COVID-19 pada bayi dengan pemateri Profesor Dr. Aryunanto, spesialis anak konsultan, dan topik COVID-19 pada keperawatan dengan pemateri Agianto S.Kep, Nurse M.Nurse, PhD.
For the breakout room 2, the topics will be pathomechanism of COVID-19 in infants and COVID-19 in nursing, with speakers Professor Dr. Ari Yunanto, pediatricians, consultant, and Agianto S.Kep, Nurse M.Nurse, PhD.
Kami ingatkan kembali, dimohon agar dapat menggunakan ketentuan nama lengkap, strip, HeSiCon, strip, room 1 atau 2. Peserta dapat memilih secara bebas, isi sesuai room yang ingin dimasuki pada sesi paparan invited speaker.
To all participants, please use the provision of the name, full name, dash, HeSiCon, dash, room 1 or 2. Fill in according to the room you want to enter during the invited speaker session.
Partisipan agar dapat menyesuaikan penamaan sesuai ketentuan. Melewati dari waktu yang telah ditentukan, panitia akan secara otomatis mendistribusikan seluruh partisipan pada tiap breakout room secara random.
To all participants, to adjust naming according to the provision, or the committee will automatically distribute all participants at each room randomly.
kepada seluruh partisipan agar dapat menyesuaikan penamaan sesuai ketentuan. Nama lengkap, trip HeSiCon, trip room 1 atau 2, peserta dapat memilih secara bebas dan diisi sesuai room yang ingin dimasuki pada sesi paparan invited speaker.
To all participants, please use the provision of the name, full name, dash HeSiCon, dash room 1 or 2. Fill in according to the room you want to enter during the invited speaker session. Thank you. Excuse me, Prof. Yudi, would you like to move to breakout room 1 by clicking join on the thumbnails that have been shown?
So, excuse me, how can we move to the room 1?
Ini pilih ke invited speaker.
Prof. Yudi, on the bottom of the Zoom conference, there is information about the breakout rooms. You can choose the breakout rooms 1 and 2.
This room, there will discussion about pathomechanism of COVID-19 in infants that will be delivered by Professor Dr. Ariunanto, SPAK, and COVID-19 in nursing that will be delivered by Agianto S. Nurse and Nurse PhD. Ladies and gentlemen, I will read the curriculum vitae of Mr. Adi Nugroho, SIM MKes, MSc, PhD. Mr. Adi Nugroho has finished his bachelor degree on Diponegoro University, Semarang, Faculty of Public Health, on August 1998 until October 2002. And then he has finished his master degree on Diponegoro University, Semarang, Faculty of Public Health, on August 2008 until November 2010. And he has finished his master degree on Erasmus University, Rotterdam, on September 2012 until August 2014. And he has finished doctoral degree in Erasmus University, Rotterdam, on September 2012 until March 2019. He has some experience for cooperating with international NGO, like a national consultant of HIV prevention program for female sex workers. And then he joined the faculty members of School of Public Health, Faculty of Medicine. And then he is nutrition officer, etc. About the researcher and publication on HI program. Mr. Adi Nugroho, SKM, MKes, MSc, PhD, time is yours.
Thank you very much, the organizers, for the time and the opportunity for me to facilitate, to moderating these sessions. The honorable speakers, distinguished guests, fellow researchers and lecturers, students, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
First of all, I would like to welcome you all again to this breakout room 2 of the first HeSiCon that is organized by the Research Center of Faculty of Medicine, Lambung Mangkurat University. And for this particular sessions, we have 2 speakers, and that already mentioned by the organizers. And before the presentation begins with the first speakers, allow me to introduce Professor Dr. Ariunanto, Dr. Spesialis Anak Konsultan. So Professor Ari, I would say, I hope you don't mind, Prof. Prof. Ari was born in Salatiga in 24th November 1952, and he finished his medical degree in University of Diponegoro University Semarang. So and we have a similar university, Prof. And also he finished his specialty in pediatricians in the same university. And also he finished, he has a law degree from Lambung Mangkurat University, Banjarmasin. And he is now also a doctoral graduate from biomedical major from Faculty of Medicine, Brawijaya University in Malang. For now, Prof. Ari is a pediatrician in Ulin Hospital, and also a teaching faculty in the pediatrician specialistic education, I believe in Faculty of Medicine of Lambung Mangkurat University. He also the chairs of the neonatologist department of the Ulin Hospital, and I think and also the chair of the bioethics department for Faculty of Medicine, Lambung Mangkurat University. So today, according to the titles that I saw in the screen, so the topic that Prof. Ari will deliver is about pathomechanisms of COVID-19 in infants or newborns, Doc. Yeah. That's, I think, without further ado, I will give the time and the platform to Prof. Ari for delivering the session. Dr. Ari, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you, moderator. And please allow me share screen.
Sure, Doc.
Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, first of all, moderator, how about my audio and my video is clear?
We can hear you clearly, loud and clear,
Yeah.
Doc. And also, I think the screen showed up. Yes.
Okay, okay. Thank you. So, first of all, professors, doctors, and all my colleagues, congratulations for Lambung Mangkurat, especially for the research center, medical faculty, for this program. Yeah, and actually, it's an honor for me to be invited to this event. Yeah, thank you for the committee. And sorry, I make a little modification with the title. It's COVID-19 pathomechanism in pediatric and neonate, not only as neonate. Okay. The first, yeah, today is November 10. Yeah, this is it has an important meaning for us in Indonesia. Yeah, today is the Heroes Day of Indonesia. Yeah, Heroes Day in Indonesia. So happy Heroes Day for us. Yeah. Okay, and maybe I directly to presentation my topic. Yeah. As we know that 31 December 2019, Wuhan reported the first case of unknown pneumonia. And then 7 January, the new coronavirus was identified. And then in 11 February 2020, The illness received as official name COVID-19 from WHO. As we know that per November 8, 2020, more than 49 million cases with more than 1.2 million deaths were reported to WHO. And children represented 11%, with the highest incidence in the 9 until 19 years old. How about in Indonesia? Indonesia had more than 400,000 cases with reported 3% deaths. And children also represented 11% cases, children and neonates, yeah, and with 1.6% deaths. Is about the age of them. And in our hospital, and Ulin General Hospital, we had more than 200 cases of suspected mother and 82 confirmed maternal case, and 6 confirmed neonatal case, and 1 death. How about the children? Children, we have 100 cases with suspect criteria and 36 confirmed cases, and maybe around offline death with comorbid disease. Okay, this is the the history of the coronavirus. Firstly, identified as a commonly circulating. This is the new commonly circulating virus. And confirmed that then in 2002 appeared China as SARS-CoV-1, yeah, and appeared in Saudi Arabia as MERS, yeah. Maybe we remain for that. And now SARS-CoV-2 still becoming pandemic since 2019. Indonesia maybe start in March, as COVID-19. And what is the difference between 3 of them? We can see that the SARS-CoV-2 had the highest cases, mean that the transmission rate was also the highest. But MERS-CoV still had the highest fatality rate. MERS-CoV-2 still the highest fatality rate. And now we are talking about the SARS-CoV-2. Yeah, this virus is the coronavirus in the same subgenus as the SARS before. This is an envelope virus, positive single-stranded RNA, and has 4 structural proteins known as the spike, envelope, membrane, and nucleocapsid proteins. Besides that, it also has a main protease that plays a role in viral gene expression and replication. These proteins are the target of antiviral drugs nowadays. This is the structure of the virus. We can see the spike protein, and other proteins. The spike protein believed to be the main protein that attaches to H2 receptor in human. H2 receptor was found in lung, heart, ileum, kidney, and bladder. And the highest was in lung. The transmission occurs very rapid. Yeah, through droplet, maybe contact or fecal oral, or also maybe other body fluid like tears saliva, etc. And the pathogenesis, maybe the speaker before say for that, I will remind all of you. The life cycle of the virus with the host consists of the following steps. Yeah, virus attached to the air receptor. Yeah, this one. The first process, and then viral content are released inside the host cell, yeah, like this. Yeah, inside the cell, and then the RNA replication, and viral RNA is used to make viral protein or biosynthesis, the third, yeah, biosynthesis. And this maturation process, and new viral particles are made in the medicine and released, yeah, released separate and out of the body. And the most severe process was the inflammatory process in the lung, and the virus injures the alveoli in inducing the inflammatory process and activates the excessive immune response that lead mortality. How about the neonatal transmission? The adverse well still doubts about the prenatal transmission, still doubts, yeah. But we believe that the neonatal transmission only occurs through droplet during the postnatal period in the first, yeah. But we know that, as time goes by, several studies already prove the evidence of prenatal transmission through placenta. Like Vivanti et al. Yeah, even that RT and PCR on the placenta was detected for both SARS-CoV-2 genes. And also, Doc et al. Yeah, says that immunoglobulin M antibodies and neonate with elevated cytokines. And Zhu et al. Also said the possibility of maternal and fetal transmission. Yeah. And the preliminary finding of placenta pathology was fetal vascular malperfusion. Fetal vascular malperfusion. That possibly related to hypercoagulability, and maternal COVID might associated with thrombosis. The latest study by Vivanti et al. Is very interesting study. It found the positive patient in the placenta. This is macroscopic placenta, the lesion in placenta, and this another picture is microscopic with intervillous, yeah, characterized by from the intervillous space, and neutrophils and histiocytes, yeah. Also intervillosities with several CD68 positive histiocytes, and also this is intense cytoplasmic positivity of periplastic cells in the patient, and two negative controls in this difference. Okay, Vivanti et al. Also found the highest viral load on placenta rate than amniotic fluid. Yeah, that's more than placenta than amniotic. Okay. The incidence of maternal viremia is only about 1%. Only 1%, but it's still uncertain whether the infection and gestational age affect the rate of maternal fetal transmission. Yeah. How about we talk about characteristic of COVID-19 and pediatric? Yeah. The slide before talking about the neonate, and now how about in pediatric? from data we have male gender has male gender has a higher positive rate than female. Male gender has a positive rate than female. Mean age is 8.9, yeah, 8.9, yeah, 8.9 years old. Yeah, most of them got the exposure from family members, and from all cases, need intensive care unit and hospitalization. Most of pediatric cases are in children with underlying condition, yeah, such as immunosuppressive type, yeah, like a cancer, HIV, yeah. and a little bit more than leukemia, also thalassemia, and the rest mostly consists of preterm neonate, yeah, and the neonate is prematurity, yeah, prematurity. Among those, WHO were said that infected in 19.3, yeah, 19.3 are asymptomatic. Yeah, others sign as fever, cough, rhinorrhea, myalgia, fatigue, sore throat, etc., etc. Yeah, and the treatment guidelines, may be different. Yeah, is use very different in countries. Yeah, most with antiviral, yeah, like remdesivir, yeah, lopinavir, yeah, ritonavir, and so on. And the use of antibiotic treat bacterial co-infection. So that treatment guidelines vary between countries. Yeah. Then, and how about in Indonesia? Indonesian Pediatric Society guideline said use antibiotic to treat the probable bacterial co-infection in COVID-19 patient with pneumonia. We use ceftriaxone and azithromycin, and ceftriaxone especially in patient with pneumonia, probable co-infection with bacteria. Azithromycin as immunomodulator and inflammatory effect of macrolides, and this is for atypical pneumonia. And the question is, how did they make good outcomes for our patient, especially in pediatrics? We conducted a molecular docking study with ceftriaxone and azithromycin, which spike protein, yeah, 7C01 ligands, and also main protease. We know before that this protein is found in SARS-CoV-2 structure, and we found that both of ceftriaxone and azithromycin can bind with spike protein, and main protease ceftriaxone and ceftriaxone has stronger affinity to bind with the spike protein. This is the picture of the molecular docking of ceftriaxone and azithromycin with the spike protein. It's a molecular ceftriaxone, and this azithromycin. Yeah. Amino acid certain spike protein binding, also an amino acid and azithromycin spike protein binding. So as the contour, so this is a picture molecular docking and ceftriaxone, yeah, with main protease. Yeah, main protease. Is this main protease? Yeah, main protease, and yeah. Well, azithromycin is stronger. Yeah, azithromycin is stronger affinity to bind with the main protease. Okay, my last slide is yes, Septic collect, yeah, and main protease of SARS-CoV-2, yeah, and astromycin green and main protease protein of SARS-CoV-2. That is a picture of molecular protein of astromycin and septic with main protease. Okay, conclusion. Yes, children and neonates are at high risk of COVID-19 with a similar pathomechanism with adult, but maybe specific and neonates with transmission of placenta, yeah, direct transmission. Maternal fetal transmission are most likely to occur and may be related to maternal viremia, yeah, and ceftriaxone and azithromycin play role in COVID-19 treatment through the inhibition of spike protein and main protease. As we said before, that spike protein and main protease is targeted for the therapy. Okay, thank you for your attention. Okay, we are back to moderator. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Ari, for the presentation. It's very insightful for me personally, as I'm not a physician and I'm not doing any work whatsoever regarding the biomolecular science. So it's all news. It's all new to me. Most of the from what you presented, but. Some take-home messages like what you indicate in the conclusions that the pathomechanisms in children or pediatric and neonates are similar with the adults, and because from the perspective of a common people, and in this initial information that we got that children are less likely to be infected, and now when the science is growing, more evidence we got, and we see that the children's pediatric and neonates also vulnerable to the infections. Is that correct, doctor?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Yes, and from your presentation, we learned also that while we believe in earlier that the transmission from the neonates is from the respiratory droplets during the postnatal periods, but some evidence indicates the possibility of vertical transmissions from mother to during the maternity during the yes, when the infant still inside, right? Yeah. So yeah, it's very insightful, and also the some treatments that has been applied, and the guidelines are diverse across countries, and Indonesia is not an exception. And you presented two approaches using the two different drugs for for the treatment for the cases among pediatric and neonates with some results that you already presented.
Especially pediatric, yeah. Especially for pediatric, and
that's for pediatric.
Yeah, azithromycin for neonates.
Oh, okay, yeah. For different groups, yeah, doc, yeah, okay. Yeah, and so now I would like to invite for questions. We have around 10 minutes for questions, and so ladies and gentlemen, please kindly use this opportunity for to raise questions regarding the pathomechanisms of COVID-19 among children. I believe some of the participants are parents that has been in fear, has been experiencing worrisome about what happened to their children what will happen to their children during this pandemic. So I think since Prof. Ari is here, so this is a very good opportunity to ask some questions that you normally don't have really chance, except if you are going to the doctor, right, doctor? Yeah. So and so the questions can be asked with the, you can use either raise hand or the column chat. Let me check where if there is a hand being raised. Not yet, Doc. So while we are waiting for the questions to come in, Doc, I would like to use my privilege to ask a question myself. If that's okay. So, I mean, from your perspective as a pediatrician and having all the patients you have been treating after this couple of months of pandemics, what is the implications for parents out there, Doc? I mean, what you would suggest and for the parents who have, of course, children, especially and also a mother to be, or those who are planning to have a child, and based on the evidence that you have identified.
Okay. Yeah, as now is the pandemic situation.
Right.
And last week we from IDAI make a symposium, webinar for the, especially for the children who and relation with school,
Yeah, in relation with school.
Yeah. It's very, very dangerous for the children, because in school maybe become a center of center of maybe become cluster, become cluster. So
school.
In school. So we suggest to the government, so maybe after December, or maybe January, we can open the school, and we must careful, and we must we must give attention, especially for the children. Especially for the children, because we are very this cluster in school is very important, because maybe the school age and maybe back to home and become infected in the school, and so infected the family. Just we educate the children to do the hand hygiene, especially in older children.
Right.
We can teach them to follow the health protocol, like wearing a mask, maybe face shield, if they go out from the house, because we still stay at home is more safe than go to out. It's more safe to stay at home. Parents should have to have their children vaccinated. Parents, I hope a parent should have their children vaccinated. Don't miss the vaccination schedule. We know that like Prof. TC, we have 12 or more vaccine for the children. Still must give for the children. The program is now plus 2 for children. So we hope can improve the immune from the children. So can we can give immunization for children as scheduled. Okay. Don't worry about immunization.
Okay. Don't worry too much, but still apply precautions, right, doctor? And obviously that you don't support to open the schools very soon, right?
Because almost the parent fight about immunization program, immunization program like BCG, like DPT, or others. Yeah. But we still suggest please do immunization. Please do immunization. Yeah. Okay, please do immunization. Like the program, yeah, like the program. So please do immunization for our children. Yeah, please do immunization for them. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, doctor, for the
Okay.
answers. We have two questions coming in, doctor, and we have a
Okay.
couple minutes still for the discussion. So the first questions, I will read it for you.
Yes.
Is it true if the children or infant has vaccinated PCV and influenza vaccines will have a lower risk infected by COVID-19? And what kind of vaccine will you recommend for us and as a young and new mother or father, parents, to prevent high-risk COVID-19 in infant or children? Thank you very much, Prof.
Okay.
That's the first question, Prof.
Yeah.
Two questions, but the first
We have many questions about that. Yeah. PCV and influenza, especially in influenza. Vaccination PCV and influenza cannot protect our children from COVID-19. Yeah. But many studies stated that. Yeah. Yeah. That patient with PCV and influenza vaccination, we can protect our children from another comorbid condition. Yeah. So not especially from the COVID, but the two vaccination can improve the health condition for our children. So can protect the immunization or to protect from the infection of COVID-19. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
So the vaccines are suggested to increase the immunity, but it's not specific for
Not
the
specific.
COVID-19.
Yeah. Not specific. Like bacterial pneumonia. This is very for the PCV, PCV immunization. Yeah, it's a very good bacterial pneumonia. That and our patient, the children died. There's a comorbid with pneumonia. The comorbid with pneumonia. Also other comorbid, but almost all of them comorbid is the highest from pneumonia. Yeah, pneumonia and infection from COVID-19. So prognosis is bad, very bad for the prognosis. Yeah. Yeah.
Is that applicable also for because the next question is about whether or not there is a vaccines you would recommend for the young mother or father who has children, Doc?
Yeah. It's okay. Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay for the mother and father. It's okay. Yeah. Immunization is better than not immunization.
Better than not, right?
Yeah. Although delayed, but no problem. But immunization is better than not immunization. Although delayed vaccination. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Doc. I mean, we have actually the rest of one more questions, and the question is, I want to know if there is a different level of danger between children and adults.
Yeah. Maybe depend on condition, children and adults. But commonly, children have small, little photoreceptor, yeah, as a two, still not too much, yeah, not too much. The adult they have more than children about the receptor. So commonly adult have high risk than the children. High risk than the children. Also comorbid. If comorbid, the children may be lower than the adult, maybe, yeah, comorbid, yeah. That depend on the receptor and depend on the comorbid. Yeah, comorbid. Yeah. If all of them have a comorbid, so maybe the prognosis bad. Yeah, prognosis impulse. Yeah. So immunization is important for our children. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So the data shows it seems to be adults more riskier
Yeah.
to COVID because of
Yeah.
the body has more receptors and
Yeah.
also the
Yeah.
comorbid
Comorbid.
the infections that's
Yeah.
adults commonly more experience things than children, right? Yeah, doctor.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yes, right.
Baik, Doctor. Thank you very much again for all the
Okay.
answers. And unfortunately, our time is up. Okay.
You, brother.
So again, I hope we can have we can give Dr. Ari, Prof. Ari, a virtual applause here for the sessions that you have
Thank
delivered
you.
on
Thank you.
the answers.
Thank
Thank
you
you
all.
very much again for your time. Big appreciation, Doctor. So please allow me to proceed with the next speakers, Doc. Yeah, with Pak Agi. And I would like to check if Pak Agi is already with us because I cannot see from my screen here. I mean, Pak Agi, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah,
Yes, I'm
okay.
here.
Agi.
Thank you.
Yes, hold on. Yeah. Okay, the next speaker. Hi, Pak Agi. How are you today, Pak Agi?
I'm very well, thanks. How are you
Okay.
too?
I'm fine, thank you. And where are you broadcasting from? From office, from home?
Yeah, from office at Faculty of Medicine in Banjarbaru, Hosur.
Okay. Yeah, so Pak Agi, our second speakers for this breakout room 2, still in the first HeSiCon seminar. So please, before he start the presentations that I believe will be great as always, please allow me to introduce you to who is Pak Agi. I mean, I think most people already knows. I mean, he is a good friend of mine. Pak Agi has finished his education in nursing from University of Gajah Mada University in Yogyakarta, and he has a master degree and also doctoral degree in nursing. Master degree focused on adult health nursing from Faculty of Nursing Konkan University, and he finished also his PhD from the same faculty, Konkan University in in nursing, the philosophy doctors. And looking at his beautiful curriculum vitae, I mean, we can see that he has been involved with a lot of activities as the chairman of Indonesian Medical Surgical Nursing Association of South Kalimantan Province, and I think some of you know that he recently is being elected as the chief of School of Nursing of Faculty of Medicine. Congratulations, Pak Agi. I mean, the next week will
Thank you so much.
the pelantikan, right? And in terms of research publications, he has 28 articles published in national and international journals in nursing. So, so without further ado, today Pak Agi will deliver his topic about COVID-19 in nursing, and I think this is very important because now nurse are the frontliners in healthcare patients, and including, of course, the COVID-19 patients, right? And I think if you heard the news, like 40% of medical workers that has passed away because of the COVID-19 pandemics are nurses. So I think this is the days of the Heroes Day of Indonesia. So this is I mean, Pak Agi, I think can feel so related personally to the topic. So Pak Agi, you have 20 minutes to deliver the sessions. The time is yours.
Thank you so much, Mr. Adi, as the moderator for this morning, for this event. And for share screen, who will be share, me or the committee?
How you prefer? I mean,
okay,
I
okay.
don't.
Okay, I try to share.
Okay. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
It's showing, yes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Adi, for your chance today. I think I'm the one for the speaker, and I'm a nurse, and the other speaker are physicians. So I try to share my knowledge and experience related to my profession as a nurse. And today, if we talk about COVID-19 in nursing, it's too broad. I mean, there are many things that we can discuss in nursing related COVID-19. Maybe we can talk COVID-19 in nursing when they're infected in the community or in their homes. And after that, how to take care of the patient when they admit to the emergency unit or public health center. And after that, when they have to move to inpatient room or maybe intensive care unit. And also some of them, they also have to taking care by themselves during quarantine home or self-isolations. So there are many things that if we talk about how to take care of the COVID-19 patient, not only in the hospital, but also in their home, in their isolation or quarantine home, or maybe in Indonesia, we call RSK, Rumah Sakit Karantina, or quarantine hospital or quarantine home. So there are many differences, the nursing care between those settings. So I confuse that which setting that I have to explain and share regarding the nursing care for the COVID-19 patient. But I try to share based on the literature and as well as my experience during I involved in the nursing care in pandemic. So this is the nursing involvement in COVID-19 management. So there are many settings that we have to see, especially my colleagues, my friends. We work for COVID-19 is not only the hospital and public health center, but as well as in nursing home, community, quarantine hospital or quarantine home, as well as private healthcare service. It depends on where we are. I try to integrate the whole references in one slide. I call this one-page summary based on 9 articles that I have read. And this is the nurses' contribution in COVID-19. So there are many role and function. And then where is the setting that we can contribute in the pandemic era? And what kind of activities that nurses can do for the COVID-19 as well as for the community and our family. In the center of the circle is nurses. Mr. Adi already mentioned that nurses is one of frontliner for healthcare worker in this pandemic era. Yes, we have to work for a long time, for many times, to COVID-19 patients, and there are many risks that we can face, and we can infect it the COVID-19 virus. So we work in a hospital, acute care hospital, or maybe in the government healthcare agencies, and then at nursing home, and then in the community, as we know that there are many COVID-19 is not detected by the health worker, and they can go around and then go out and everything that we don't know they are COVID-19 positive or not in the community. As well as we work in the quarantine hospital or quarantine home, and then long-term care agencies. So the second cycle is the setting where the nurse can contribute their role and function during COVID-19 pandemic. And for the third cycle, this is the role and function of nurses. So we have many role and functions. In the acute care hospital, we are a nurse, we educate our patients. And then we also have to screen the patient, and then screen the services, and then give the support to the patient, support like motivations, and then give the positive coping mechanism to the patient, and also provide the psychological intervention for our patients. And the role, the activity in the setting in acute care hospital, the nurse we have to work for many times. It's depend on the category of the patient. The patient have mid symptoms, or maybe they have moderate symptom. If they have severe symptom, they have to move to intensive care unit. And the nursing care is totally different between those. And the nurse have to prevent infection, and also doing the early detection for infection signs. So we have to recognize the sign and symptom of the infection from the patient, because if we don't know, means that we will have the risk factors to get infection from COVID-19. And then screening for potential infection as well, and providing emotional support that we already got from our profession, because in nursing we also have psychiatric nursing. So as a nurse, both diploma and bachelor in nursing, we have to provide this, because when we take care of the patient, we not only focus on physical problem, but also we focus on psychological, cultural, and social, spiritual. So the spiritual is also the main problem that patient face during the infected of COVID-19. And at the government healthcare agency setting, the nurse have role as providing care to patients with COVID-19 in acute or critical condition. So this is both acute and critical. And the activity of patient in this setting is quite big, and I think it's very, very tired for nurses, because we have to use the PPA or APD in bahasa Indonesia for long time. It's very hot, it's very discomfortable, and then we cannot eat, drink, going to toilet and others, because we have to take care with the PPA complete for level 3. And the activity at this setting, we also provide the urgent and intensive care for the patients, such as conduct life-sustaining care, and then doing critical care staffing. So we have to manage the staffing, the nurses who work in this area, like head nurse, associate nurse, practical nurse, primary or secondary nurse. We have a different role and function when we take care of the patients, especially in intensive care. And we also have to aware and then do nursing consideration, like from assessment, assess the client sign and symptom, the response, even they have comorbid or don't have the comorbid disease. We have to identify the problem of patient, because every COVID-19 patient have different problems. So we have to know the differences problem, and we have to choose the appropriate intervention for our patient during taking care. And another activities in this setting is ensure the healthcare providers, like we give the full protected by adequate PPA. So as I told you before, that we have to wear the complete PPA or level 3 of PPA, because this is very, very serious and the condition of patient, mostly they also have ventilator for breathing, and then the patient also have invasive procedures, and of course the nurse have to contact with the patients. Even the patients stay in the intensive care or acute or critical care in intensive, we have to provide psychological support, especially for patients who has panic to distress conditions. So we have to motivate, we have to encourage them, we have to have like a game play with them during they stay in that ward or in that room. And we also have to care the dead body. So even the patient has died, and the nurse, we have to do this in the intensive room or in the inward room. So the taking care for the dead body is also one of our responsibility as a nurse, because make them clearly, I mean like we have to take a bath for patients, and then help the health worker to cover the dead body, and then clean it up, and then put it in the box, and then after that move to the another room. So this is also a big responsible for us as a nurse if the COVID-19 patient was died. And for the third setting is in nursing home. We know that not all people they can report their health and health condition or sign and symptom to the health worker or health facility. Not some of them, but I think most of them, they just keep silent and stay at home and doing self-isolation for this case. So the role and the function of nurses during nursing home, we have to do implementing the appropriate preparation as well as precaution in nursing. Like we suggest the people or patient and family in their home to use universal precaution like mask, and then hand hygiene, and then minimize to contact the COVID-19 patients. And we also try to prepare the safety of the patient during they stay at home, and try to protect our nursing care related to the environment. We try to involve the neighbor to help the patient when they stay at home. Care plan for resident patient is like we identify, we manage the appropriate nursing care for the patient and family, as well as we have to identify the policy that already exists in that area or in that place. And if the condition of patient is changed to the critical condition, we have to move the patient to healthcare service. We have to call the health department or public health center for the ambulance or for the special transportation of COVID-19, and we have to move the patient to the healthcare service who has responsible to taking care for the patient in South Kalimantan, such as Ulin Regional Hospital, and then Hasan Basri Hospital, to taking care of the patient with critical conditions. And also we have to restrict the visitors who would like to visit the patient at home. Some problem in the community or in the nursing care home is like how to distribute the food, drink, and or another equipment for the patients. So we have to involve the family and neighbor to help the patients to provide meal and then another equipment for daily care and drug, as well as for their need like internet, like quote for internet and for electricity if they need it. And for nurses who work in the community, for role and function for the nurses is quite similar with nurses who work in nursing home. We have to protect the patient, especially for patients who have immune deficit with comorbid disease, with another disease like stroke cases, and then cancer, and then HIV/AIDS. For what else, like
I'm sorry for
pediatric.
Pak Agi, I'm
Yes.
sorry for interrupting. Like you have 4 minutes to wrap up, Pak. I'm sorry.
Okay, sorry. Okay, and then for the quarantine in the community, we educate the patients on self-protection or prevention, because in current situations, most of COVID-19, they taking care by themselves in the community for self-isolation to protect and prevent to not spread the infection to other people. And in quarantine home, the nurses provide care and educate the patient, provide the emotional and spiritual support and isolation care, and also monitor the patient conditions. And for long-term care agencies, we focus on nosocomial infection prevention and also surveillance. And this is the screening that suspected case. We record the case history of contact travel. We implement the isolation care and monitor, educate, and train patients. This is change and dynamic. It can difference now, maybe different will if we compare with before or previous situation, and it will be different in the next or the further situations. And this is the key challenge faced by nursing professionals during COVID-19, providing support and preventing inadequate in healthcare systems, policies and strategies. So we have to have a strong policy and strategy to prevent staffing shortage during the taking care in the hospital or in the community, as well as psychological and social support for patients, healthcare professionals and nurses, and research to enhance knowledge. The research for COVID-19 is suggested by the many literature. Maybe we can conduct with multicultural perspective, because there are differences between one culture to another cultures. And this is a risk factor for COVID-19 related health impact for who? For the healthcare services, like working in high-risk department, diagnosed family member, inadequate hand hygiene. So that's why not only health worker, but also people have to doing hand hygiene, good hand hygiene, as well as use the PPE, and then not contact with patients for more than 12 times a day, or maybe more than 5 hours. So you know that if the nurse have to work for a long time in a day, so we have high risk for this impact. And also unprotected exposure. And this is physical and mental health impacts of COVID-19 for health worker, including nurses. We have big problem, big impact. The first, physical, like fever. We have fever, 85% the nurse or health worker faces this problem. Cold, weakness, as well as skin damage. Skin damage is related with using the PPA for long times, because the level 3 of PPA is not comfort for us as health worker. And for mental health, the nurse or health worker faced with high level of depression, anxiety, insomnia, distress. When they going back home, maybe the people around them, the neighbor, they will reject the nurse. Oh, this is the nurse who work for COVID-19 patient, we cannot stay with them together. So this is make the nurse and health worker with psychology or mental health disorder. And this is consideration for supporting staff in nursing homes. So for nurse or health workers, especially for nurses, if you would like to taking care or doing home care for COVID-19 patient, you can follow this from Mick Gelden et al. 2020 for keep self healthy, provide clear direction and guidance, implement human resource policies, and implement the new clinical practices related to COVID-19. And this is the perception of nurses who taking care of the patient of COVID-19. We are facing with the care erosion, such as baffling in efficiency, dilemma, prisoner, workload, and also the emergence of nursing assistants, the need to support the nurses. So we also need support from other, from our family, from our college, from our leaders when we work to take care of our patient in the hospital or in the community. And this is home care of COVID-19 because the nurses usually doing this. So we work together with neighbor, social worker, family and friends. Patient family and patient friends, psychologists, spiritual leaders around the patient home, and also physician and health worker. So we work together in collaboration during we do the home care of COVID-19 in the community. And the component of home care is we give the motivation, support system, spiritual activity, counseling, provide the nutrition or meal, drink, and prevention for the contamination, as well as medical equipment and also treatment. And this is the 5-step prevention and intervention plans that nursing can do when we doing nursing home or home care in for COVID-19. And this is the care context. We can do this like personal protection equipment, supportive equipment, facility, appropriate policies, and environmental conditions. Thank you so much, Mr. Adi. I'm done. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Agi, thank you so much for sharing. I mean, you cover in such a short amount of time. You covered quite comprehensive aspect in how nurses has been contributing to the pandemic response, about the settings from the hospital settings, home setting, and also even community setting, and the challenges that, of course, that nurses have been dealing with in taking care of the patients, dealing only not about the medical issues, also the psychological aspect of the patients, cultural issues, and everything. And also, you highlighted nicely about the future recommendation for improvement in terms of nursing care about for the pandemic patients. So questions. I see that the one questions already comes in. Yeah, from Tina Handayani Nasution, Pak Agianto. You said that nurses' contribution in anti-COVID-19 changing and dynamics. Can you please explain or elaborate the statement, Pak Agi?
Okay, thank you so much. The question from Nurse Tina. Okay, nurse. So at the beginning, when we have COVID-19, our role and function is not too much. There is, just a bit how to take care of the patient when they admit to the hospital. But now they change. We have to involve. We have to contribute ourselves in the community to screen the patient, to have the health worker to screen in the community to identify. And then now we also have to give the spiritual activity when they taking care in the quarantine hospital or in their home. So the role and function is big now. if when we compare at the previous the COVID-19 happens in the world. That's why I said it changes. Maybe this role and function will be different. Maybe in the future, maybe next month there are many new things of role and function of nurses. It depends on the environmental, the situation, the condition of the COVID-19 pandemics.
Right. Because we have been facing with a lot of new new situations, new aspects, and knowledge, right, Pak Agi, over this pandemic, and basically the change and that's why the changing and the dynamics of the nurses' contribution is taking places. I can see that. Let me check the questions again. We don't have any question. Well, but actually I've been alerted by the organizer, unfortunately, about the time. Pak Agi, I'm so sorry. We wish we could discuss longer with you, but of course we always have some cafes to hang out, right, with and to discuss more. I mean, Pak Agi is a fan of cafe. And okay, because of the times, I have to apologize for those that still have questions for Pak Agi, but of course you can always be in contact with Pak Agi through emails or to WhatsApps and everything. If you feel like asking question, have a burning question that has no chance to be answered by today. So because of the time, I think now we come to the end of the sessions. I would like to thank again to the speakers, Prof. Ari and Pak Agi, for the
Thank you very much.
presentations, very insightful informations, and I believe it's all the session is very beneficial for us, for all of us, the participants. And so I think that's all for the sessions, and and I would like to give the session back to the organizer. Thank you very much. Selamat pagi. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much for everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you for Mr. Adi Nugroho, SKM Ankes, MSc, PhD. Ladies and gentlemen, you are expected to return to the main room for the next session. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will waiting until all of participants are come back to the main room. Thank you.
Selamat bergabung kembali pada main room. Dengan berakhirnya sesi diskusi pada masing-masing room oleh invited speakers pada hari ini, maka kegiatan seminar internasional The First HeSiCon COVID-19 Natural Resource and Biomolecular Aspect pada Selasa 10 November 2020 telah berakhir.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the main room. With the end of discussion session in each room by invited speakers today, the activities of the first HeSiCon International Conference COVID-19 Natural Resource and Biomolecular Aspect on Tuesday, November 10, 2020 have been finished. We inform the participant of the oral presentation.
Kami informasikan kepada peserta oral presentation seminar internasional The First HeSiCon COVID-19 Natural Resource and Biomolecular Aspect agar dapat bergabung kembali pada Rabu 11 November 2020. Registrasi akan dibuka mulai pukul 7.30 sampai dengan 8.30 waktu Indonesia Tengah.
We inform the participant of the oral presentation at the first HeSiCon International Conference's COVID-19 Natural Resource and Biomolecular Aspect so that can rejoin on Wednesday, November 11, 2020. Registration will be open from 7:30 to 8:30 Indonesian Middle Time Zone or UTC +8.
Kami informasikan bahwa pada sesi paralel besok akan dibuka 4 breakout room. Breakout room 1 dimoderatori oleh Ratna Setianingrum SKM MSc.
We inform you that tomorrow's parallel station will open for breakout room. Breakout room 1 will be moderated by Ratna Setianingrum, SKM MSc.
Breakout room 2 dimoderatori oleh Dr. Isnaini SSI APT MSI.
Breakout room 2 will be moderated by Dr. Isnaini, SSI APT MSI.
Breakout room 3 dimoderatori oleh Dr. Ika Kustia, SPPK MKes.
Breakout room 3 will be moderated by Dr. Ika Kustia, Pathological Clinics MKes.
Breakout room 4 dimoderatori oleh Kurnia Rahmawati, Nurse Science.
Breakout room 4 will be moderated by Kurnia Rahmawati, Nurse, Master of Nursing Science.
Izinkan kami untuk memberitahukan kepada Bapak Ibu sekalian bahwa penayangan poster akan dilakukan pada main room Zoom pada besok hari pukul 9 sampai dengan 10.30 waktu Indonesia Tengah dengan time schedule penayangan poster sesuai dengan jadwal yang telah diinformasikan. Berikut daftar jadwal penayangan poster yang akan ditayangkan pada besok hari.
Ladies and gentlemen, Poster displaying will be carried out tomorrow in the main room Zoom at 9 to 10:30 UTC+8 with the poster broadcast time schedule according to the schedule that displayed in your screen now.
Dimohon agar dapat menggunakan ketentuan nama, yaitu untuk presenter menggunakan ketentuan nama, full name, script, presentator, script, room 1 atau 2 atau 3 atau 4, isi sesuai room presentasi Anda, sedangkan partisipan menggunakan ketentuan nama, full name, script, partisipan, script, room 1 atau 2 atau 3 atau 4, isi sesuai room presentasi yang ingin Anda hadiri.
For parallel session tomorrow, please use the profession of the name. The presenter use the profession of the name, full name, dash, presentator, dash, room 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. Fill in according to your presentation room. Meanwhile, the participant use the profession of the name, full name, dash, participant, dash, room 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. Fill in according to the presentation room you want to attend.
Terima kasih. Selamat siang.
Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
See you on the next day.
Terima kasih banyak.
Di sini nanti datanya saya isikan. Ini